Hi everybody, welcome back to Shell Star Stitches. Hope you're all doing okay. Sorry, it's been, what is it they say, a hot minute since I've done a video. Apologies in advance if you hear any noise because hubby's watching the football downstairs. They'll either be screaming or complaining. That kind of came out together. Yes, screaming or complaining at some point probably. So I've decided to escape because I've realised I haven't done a video for 2.5 weeks. So apologies. I was trying to get, work was busy because I was trying to get everything finished last week because I'm off this week. So I've got a nice week off. I say to myself, but not because hubby and I are off. And that's not because I don't want him to be off. But yeah, we spent a day yesterday sorting through our garage, which involved taking everything out of the garage and putting it onto the back garden. And then realised we were running out of time. So then frantically putting a load of stuff back in, and we've got to finish sorting through tomorrow. But it's looking a lot better. And then we had a bank holiday on Monday here in the UK, and I painted all my planters out of the front of the house. They're black and they needed refreshing because the sun had got to them and the weather, and before winter comes. So I sat out there and took over 3 hours to do 2 coats of, how many planters have I got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 12 planters, I think. So they're all done and all refreshed for winter, which is good. So yeah, apologies for lack of video. Firstly, I'm going to also apologise. I still haven't done any more of my Toft passion flower, which is unlike me, because you know I don't do whips. I need to get that finished. I don't know why I'm procrastinating over it. I think because people have said the arms are fiddly, but I haven't done like the facey bit of it. Anyway, I will get it done. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So now I've finished yawning, sorry. I was up quite early this morning, didn't sleep well. I have, what have I got? A couple of deliveries to show you, not project bags, would you believe? And I am doing a work in progress. So technically I have a whip because I've got my passion flower. Because I'm doing this as a trade-off, what I'm going to show you. I'm doing it in payment for a ticket to the Nutcracker Ballet in November for a friend. I've never been to a ballet, and I started ballet at like 2.5, and it's always been in my life in one form or another. Not necessarily always danced. It's difficult to find adult classes that I can get into without a lot of the adult classes for like serious ballerinas, and then if they say all the moves in the French, which I've forgotten now since I was like 15. I can't remember, so I just look like an idiot. Maybe I need to go back to beginners. Anyway, I'm doing that as a trade-off. Yeah, so let me show you that first. So I put my hook up even, because I'm in the middle of it while he was watching the football. I am doing a baby blanket for a friend. This is what I've done so far, if you can see that. It is a shell pattern, ironic, if you can see. And it's a really nice and easy repeat, and I'm using a variegated baby yarn. I've bought up a skein of it because this is going to be for the border. It's James C. Brett Baby Marble double knit. This is the one I've gone for, which is baby pinks, blues, like a lemony yellow, really, really light minty sort of green. It goes through the cycle. It's called shade BM2 Rainbow, so that's B for Bertie, M for Mother, 2 Rainbow. I'm using a 4mm hook, and I need to grab the name. I can't remember the name, but the shell pattern was free. I found it online, as you do. I mean, where does anyone find anything these days? But there you go. So it's going through the variegated. What I've had to do where I've had to join balls is try and match up where I'm finishing one to another, which is easier on like when it's a bolder colour here than these really sort of pastel-y. But I think I've managed to match it up fairly okay, so we're not sort of duplicating rows too much. So I don't think we're going to go much taller. I think I've got this much left on this ball. So I think we'll finish this ball out and then we'll use the next one for a border, because I mean it's quite wide. Is that too wide for a baby blanket? I don't really know. I mean, it can be obviously done thinner for a pram, but I feel like that's getting long enough now. Maybe it's a cot one. Yeah, so hence why I don't think we need to go much further up. I think this ball, and then we'll do a border on it, which I think is just sort of finishing off the shells in a roundabout way. So yeah, pleased with that, and it's worked up. I only started it last Sunday. I haven't done it religiously every night, so it's just over a week really, not even. Oh, I'm pulling all my stitches now. Unpulling? I'm pulling out all my stitches. Where's my hook? I knew this would happen. One moment, caller. There we go. I don't want to lose that because I've not put my stitch marker in. There's that. I think I needed something a bit mindless at the moment, which is why I've started to do that, even though I've got my passion flower to finish. But there you go. Right, next delivery. I forgot to unsubscribe to the Toft Quarterly. I subscribed to the last issue because it was all photographed around Brighton, where I grew up. Well, I don't live in Brighton, but I grew up visiting Brighton because I live close to Brighton. I lived in Hove, actually, and I forgot to skip it, pause it, so I ended up getting this latest Toft Quarterly, which has, I mean, I can't do the knit, but for those of you interested in knit, a Belvoir cowl, Western wrist warmers, that's hard to say, Aston headband, Elveston scarf and a Cranford hat. And then for crochet, we've got an Althorpe hat, a Dean scarf, a Pet bandana, a Berkeley or Barclay hat, and a Chatsworth the House Martin. So let me see if I can find, I'm going to look at a House Martin actually. Oh, and then something else to show you actually in there. Where is the House Martin? There we go, there is the House Martin. Quite cute. They have also, there is a new book that we have been mentioning that is coming out for subscription in September that Kerry has confirmed. We always tend to subscribe from Kerry because it's slightly more expensive than Amazon, but you get bonus patterns and normally a patch with it. So it's coming in 2026. Sorry, I'm always yawning. I had to go and collect my prescription today for my sleepy tablets. Yeah, so it says thank you for pre-ordering. There will be a special set of bonus patterns, a free gift, and all copies will ship signed when you order directly from Toft. So pre-order from September, and it's going to be, the theme is Once Upon a Toft, fairy tales, cottage stories. So it's even giving you a picture there of Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. So this is what is coming. I think because she did Hansel and Gretel as mini dolls for Christmas last year, this is what we'll be getting in 2026. I imagine if we're pre-ordering in September, it should come out about March time. But there's nothing confirmed in here, she says. It just says 2026. Wander alongside Hansel and Gretel deep into the enchanted forest with a reimagining of all our best loved childhood fairy tales. Characters, and accessories and scenery are created using crochet and embroidery stitches. From the big ears of Red Riding Hood's wolf to Jack's beanstalk, Thumbelina, the seven dwarfs and the elves that helped the shoemaker. Sounds like, what were the books? We had that because I had the elves and the shoemaker book as a kid. They were a particular brand of book. I just remember the elves and the shoemaker. So it sounds like she's dug out her old... Just have a look. Oh no, that's her feet on a log. I was like, what is that? But yeah, so that was in the book, in the quarterly. Toft did at the weekend an order or an update for the website with three free patches. I can never say that. When you spend over £10. So naturally, I have made 3 orders, 2 of which arrived today, and I'm waiting for the 3rd. So far, so good. They've matched the patch to my request in the notes, so I could get 1 of each. I just ordered like supplies, really. I didn't really need anything. Sorry, my fringe bit there. Didn't really need anything in particular. I ordered a blueberry jar, because that's got the new blue in it. I say new, I mean the newly reset shade. Then I ordered I did order the new, there's a crochet along in here for a wren. It's a lot of loop stitch though, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. It's their autumn crochet along. Jenny the wren. But what I did was I ordered colours that I wanted as opposed to the colour, because I've got lots of neutrals. Because that is, I think that is fudge, camel and apricot possibly. Yeah, and it's a lot of loop stitch. I didn't actually need to order her because she's a bonus on birds, which I have. Anyway, so I got 2 of the patches. As I said, there were 3 choices. Dave the gull, Jenny the wren, and somebody the owl. I'm only saying that because can you tell which 2 I've got in front of me? So here's the Jenny the wren patch that arrived today. Sorry, the light's not great in here at night. I've put my little, this reminds me of doing Advent at Christmas time. I've put my little extra lamp over, which sometimes helps, sometimes does not. Sometimes just blinds me. There you go, Jenny the wren and Dave the gull. So we've got those 2 so far, and I'm waiting for the owl. I ordered another one of these big buttons because I use this religiously. You can tell there's probably a ring on there, as my coaster on my work from home desk, because it's a nice size. It fits any mug, any bottle, my Stanleys. So I've been using that as a coaster. So I ordered myself one of those because it had to be an order over £10. I could have done click and collect to queue in October, but I didn't want to wait to save postage. But postage is cheaper than buying these patches off resale. So postage has gone up. Excuse me. It's now £5 under £60. So it used to be £4.50. It's now gone up to £5. If you spent over £50, it used to be free. Now you have to spend over £60 for it to be free. So they've upped the postage there. Also looking at, because for anyone in Europe, I don't know what the international was, because I think it used to be 15 or so for Europe wise or anywhere else, but for US, obviously with the situation with the tariffs now, I think some of the US guys were looking and it's working out like 28 UK pounds, which I mean dollar wise is probably like what, $1.50 to the pound. So you're probably talking that's about $40 shipping, because obviously the tariffs and the import duty has to be paid before it leaves the UK and before it hits the US. So obviously that's a situation. I'm assuming they're going to honour whatever they charge for Advent, but I don't know now, because obviously now the tariffs have changed. There's going to be tariff imports on the Advent, and the Advent boxes, well, when it's come as boxes before, it's been quite large. They've been in bags recently, but still your box that comes is quite big. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just waiting on my owl patch and my big button to come. And yeah, so that was my orders, my 3 orders with Toft. I had pre-ordered a book a little while ago that I saw the advert for on Instagram, I believe it was. And I spotted it and I was like, oh, I like the look of that. It cost me £16.73. It was £16.75, but I oddly got a 2p refund from Amazon for the pre-order price guarantee. But for some of you geeky nerdies like me, you will appreciate Doctor Who. I can't even say this. Amiguwhomi, they've called it. Amiguwhomi. It's a Doctor Who. So it's a BBC Doctor Who. So it's all done fully licensed. Doctor Who crochet book. And then if you look on the back, for example, you've got Matt Smith's Doctor Who K9 here, which is a doorstop. Weeping Angel. Yeah, so it's £16, £16.72. There is, how many patterns in here? I mean, I went through all of them, but you've got, so you've got the 15th Doctor, which was Shutigatwa, Ruby Sunday. Then you've got 14th, 13th, 11th, the Master / Missy, 4th Doctor, Donna Noble, Rose Tyler, Weeping Angel, Goblin, Sutek, I don't know that one. I kind of stopped watching around the Jodie Whittaker time, or the Peter Capaldi actually. TARDIS, Dalek, Doctor Inspired Rainbow Tote Bag, Celery Brooch, Osgood's question mark collar, the 11th Doctor's fez and bow tie. I'm assuming that's adult size and wearable. 4th Doctor's scarf, which I love the look of, because that's Sylvester McCoy, isn't it, that has the scarf. Then you've got a homeware section for a Cyberman cushion, a Gallifrey wall hanging, a TARDIS book sleeve, which I really like the look of. Canine doorstop, Meep backpack, Time Vortex blanket, which looks really cool. Some coasters, and then you've got mini amigurumi. So you've got 1st, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, mini companions, Sarah Jane Smith, Amy Pond, mini aliens, Slitheen, Cyberman, Zygon, Sontaran and Ood, and then jelly babies at the end. So let me show you a couple of my faves. It's got all like techniques and stuff at the beginning. It's written by UK, I was going to say person, that sounds really impersonal, but you know what I mean. It's a UK writer, that's what I mean to say. So it should be in, yeah, UK terms. And I did ask on her Instagram, because it gives you the colours, but with it being a BBC book, they can't give you the brands. It's Amiguwhomi yarn. So if you order this, all of the colours that are referenced in here is Amiguwhomi. So I'm trying to find the TARDIS, oh, like Matt Smith's 11th Doctor. It is really cool. I'm trying to find the TARDIS. Some of them, like for structure, need card in them. So like the TARDIS will need card. Oh no, it's Tom Baker's 4th Doctor with the long scarf. Where is the TARDIS? Probably work towards that. There you go. I've got a bigger picture. No, that's the picture. So these will need card insert inside. When you flip over the page, it does show you sort of building it with some card and gluing card in for the structure, which my mum had to do in my night bus. She knitted for me, I believe, to give it that bust sort of shape. Dalek there. Then what was it that I spotted? Not the cosplay. It was the homewares section, although look, the scarf. Brilliant. Homeware, here we go. Let's skip past those. The TARDIS book sleeve, which I like the look of there. K9 doorstop, which obviously needs card for structure as well. And then where is the blanket? The blanket I loved. Time Vortex blanket. So it's obviously achieved with probably a gradient yarn cake, but then you've got the TARDIS motif that you can crochet on as well. But funny enough, I saw one of the ladies that I follow on TikTok. She's an American lady and makes a lot of like hexy cardigans. She's got a website and she's just done a spiral one adapted from somebody else, but I was like, oh, that's the spiral I wanted to do. Yeah, if you look at the pictures there, the yarn cakes, they look a little bit like Lion Brand or mandalas, so it doesn't really matter. Then what else is there? Mini dolls. Trying to see what they said there's a Slovene in here and I hadn't come across that. Oh, the mini aliens are quite basic, but the Ood's cute. Look at the Ood. Sorry, if you're not Doctor Who, none of this will make any sense, but the Sontaran just looks like a potato, which he does anyway. The Ood. They're really cute. Where are they from? Say it all with me. Raxacorica Falapatorius. I'm very much David Tennant, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston era. Where are, and then there's jelly babies at the back. Jelly babies, because the Doctor likes jelly babies. So yeah, so it is pages long. How many pages are we up to? 191 pages long. I think that's a bargain and I'm looking forward to that. So I want to order myself some Amiguwhomi yarn and make some of these really cool. So I purchased mine off Amazon. Other good bookshops are available, but I got mine from there. Last 2 deliveries for you. I think I told you I made my own traveller's notebook. I haven't got the other one with me, but I'd ordered one from Etsy and it came from the Ukraine. It's so lovely, honestly, it's so well made. Came really quick and was only like £27. And even better, supporting Ukraine. I think I probably linked you. I'll try and bring it next video to show you so that I can link the seller. I will link the seller on this. This is a different seller, also in Ukraine. That I noticed that made lots of different leather goods. And one of these came up as like a crochet pouch. So I did order myself one. I've ordered, yeah, a few bits from them now for various things. Can't show you. But this one is my one. So I ordered it, funnily enough, in the same colour. You can see the corner of it here. Same colour as my my traveller's notebook. I might go and get it in a minute because I know I can pause this video now that I've learnt. And this is my crochet pouch, and it is embossed with my name in silver. So this is the little pouch here, you can see. By the size of my head, it's not as big as my head. Wider than my head. And it is magnetic seal. You can just about see the magnets here. And you can see sort of where they've popped the magnets in there on the back and attached them. But it's a little magnetic pouch. So you can put hooks, scissors, even a small ball of yarn. Like if I'm working on Who Amiguwhomi, it's small balls of 25 grams normally. There's no holes in the bottom, so it's not like it's fully stitched all the way around. You can see there. And all the way around. These were like £16 each. They had a sale on them. And again, all made to order. You got to pick the colour, then pick obviously you can personalise, and then pick what colour you wanted the foiled writing. It is actually really, really pretty. Sorry, my veggie and vegan friends, this is leather. Does smell like leather. And that is the burgundy colour. So yeah, really, really pleased with that actually. I'm going to use that. And they are going to mark and things because it is natural leather. It did come with a little card that I've put over here, just said how to take care of it. But that is that. Let me go and get my traveller's notebook to show you because then you can see it as a set. So I'm going to pause for uno momento. It's like a marvel to me, this pause function now. I used to leave it running and then go and run upstairs and then split it when I was editing. And I'd have to take a minute because I'd be like, down the thing at you. So they are slightly different variations of each other. This was burgundy and this is also burgundy, but same but different. So this is my traveller's notebook from Ukraine, from a different seller. And again, just for my initials in silver. These are slightly more stamped in, whereas this probably less so, but it could be obviously because this is a smaller item. It's got the rivets in the side. They've done this slightly differently with just 3 here, not double rivets. I sound like a frog. Rivet. I've already put my notebooks in there. I ordered this without notebooks because I was like, I can get A5 as long as it fits A5, which is what I ordered. So on this side, we have, as you can see, one large pocket here that we have. And then we've got 3 individual like card size pockets. So if you go somewhere like a yarn show and you're collecting people's cards, they can all go in there. And then the other side, again, we've got another flappy pocket for leaflets and things and a pen holder. All sewn in. I've put my own pen in. Yeah, all stitched in. All really lovely. And then I've just put at the moment my 3 notebooks. So I've got one lined in purple, one checkerboardy one. I bought that from B&M, I think it was, which is also lined. Just a pretty colour. And then an orange one, which is plain in the back. So yeah, I've just done it. So I've put 3 in the middle with the elastics in the middle of the books. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with that one. And it arrived super quickly as well. So yeah, I think this was £27. I will link the seller for this one. And I will link the seller for this. But yeah, really pleased. I'm getting sad of it getting scuffed, but I've got to learn that it's going to get scuffed. That is the point, and it is leather to be used and be bashed about. But I'm always afraid to use things in case they get ruined. So you can kind of see a slight difference there if I hold them together. There you go. So I recommend, obviously, Etsy, because, as I say, the Louise Carmen, which everyone is raving about, other brands are available. There's Paper Republic and various others. And I'm not saying they're overpriced and expensive. I think the Louise Carmen is, personally. It's a French, it's like a designer one. It's like anything, isn't it? You can go and get yourself a handbag in Marks and Spencer's for £35, 40 quid. And you can go in Louis Vuitton and buy yourself one for £700. It's the same with the journals. And it's one of those things that, again, gets hyped up. But the Louise Carmen start at like €129 for a small A6 size, which is like half of this. It's like this. So I'd much rather go on Etsy. And also, I think Paper Republic have been going longer than Louise Carmen with these. And I think Midori Traveller's Notebooks have been going longer. So Louise Carmen are kind of like the newest designery version that everybody wants. Each their own. You know, when I spend money on things, sometimes I'll spend a lot on a project bag. Sorry, somebody's dog. But with things like this, I'm like, do you know what? Support someone in Ukraine. Get a nice handmade journal. It came quick. I got to personalise it myself, pick everything. I actually said, can I have a certain type of lettering? And if you've got silver, he said, I've got silver, but I can't do that lettering, but I can do this. Is this all right? So he contacted me. It's a lovely guy called Alexander. It's probably not quite how you say it. But yeah, really, really pleased. So there are alternatives and within people's budgets. And then you just buy A5 notebooks and replace. Right, I'm running out of space to put all these things. Last item that has arrived. I'd been eyeing this up for a while. I'll have a sip of a drink. And it was not too expensive, but I was a bit like, is it really worth the money? Sorry, weird noise there. I don't do ASMR. I wasn't sure if it was worth the money. It was, I think, £99. But basically, they're now closing the UK arm of their store. So I think this is a US brand. And then going to get rid of their UK side and whatever they've got in their warehouses. So it's 40% off. So it ended up being £59 plus like £4 postage, so 63. But I got it plus a free mystery cover, which I got lime green. I wouldn't have picked lime green, but it's, you know, it's handy to have an extra cover. Now, don't laugh. My husband laughs because I walk around wearing this. It's called, I don't know if you can see it on the end there, Valari. You can't quite see it all there. She says she tries to hold it up and it's not going to work. It's Valari, V-A-L-A-R-I. And it is targeted, dropped my hook, gamers, but also crocheters and crafters. So it is a pillow. It's not worn like this. It's also not worn like some extra hair. You wear it, if I unclip, because it clips together. Now I'm trying to high up. You wear it basically around your middle, but this is showing you it high up so that you can then rest your arms as you're crocheting, and they're not all the way down here. They're like further up. So you're actually got some support. Let me try and stand up so I can see you a bit more. So you crochet and then you're like this. That's more knitting, or eating, but you see what? You catch my drift. So you can wear it around your middle and do it up. So if I have to get up and go to the kitchen and get myself some chocolate, because it's got a belt attachment, I waddle around in it and it looks quite funny. But I have to say, because my shoulders can sometimes ache, because where I sit on the sofa, I'm either hunching over to the crochet, or I have to keep sort of like leaning back and holding it up and having a break because your arms are naturally down. That's not a good angle, is it, Michelle? Sorry for my double chin angle there. So this just kind of, you sit your arms, so it brings your arms up about this much off your lap. So I've found it really good, actually. I've really enjoyed using it. The only thing I found is I've got to be a little bit hot in it while the weather's still being warm. This is a suede covered one. You can just get like a bog standard fleecy covers, and I think that's what my surprise mystery cover was. Supposedly worth £39, the mystery cover. But this basically was 100 and I got it for 59. But I do really like it, and I think actually, I mean, it's better that I got it at a bargain price, but it is worth the money because it really is helping like my shoulders and my wrists and my arms, I have to say. Finding it more comfortable. So we will test it more obviously in the winter as well. I'm going to carry on using it when it's not quite so hot. And with this blanket, I've been using it a lot. And you can obviously drape, while you're doing a blanket, you're draping the edge over here, so there's not all the weight sitting on you while you're crocheting, if that makes sense, on your arms. It's a zippy cushion cover, I don't know if you can see there. Zippy, so you can zip it on and off. It arrived in a reusable vacuum sealed bag. So environmentally friendly, and it means that also, FYI my people, you can reuse that bag to vacuum seal yarn in. You're welcome. So yeah, it came in a vacuum sealed reusable bag. You just needed to tumble dry it for 15 minutes on low without the cover. Or if you don't have a tumble dryer, it tells you to just punch it. Punch it and then let it settle for 2-3 days. I mean, what more therapy could you need? Punching bag. So yeah, I'll link the webpage. I'm not sponsored. I paid for this myself, but I had seen the posts quite often for it, and I was like, is it worth £99? I'm quite happy I paid like 63 with postage, because actually it is worth it. It's a tool that I'm going to use quite a lot, and it's a bit like buying a Swift and a wool winder. You know, they can be expensive to outlay, but if you're going to use them quite regularly, they're worth their weight in gold. So yeah, I got this is purple and grey suede. I would have liked, I think they did pink and black, but it was already sold out. So it's fine. But yeah, this is half an hour long. Sorry, I need to trim it down a bit and get it uploaded for you. But that is basically me for the last 2.5 weeks. So I'm going to finish Baby Blanket. I have had in this box, which I'm not allowed to show you, another tester from Wee Woolies. So I will, let's put that onto there, that's banking paperwork. I have that to do, tester from Wee Woolies, which arrived today. I want to try and participate in the Toft's Ed's Best Nest. I've only got like 2 weeks left. So apparently the little fledgling is quite quick to make. So I might finish my blanket, quickly make a fledgling, then crack on with tester kit. Oh, he's laughing down there. Don't know if that's a good sign, because my dad's actually messaged me saying you might have turned it off. Oh, football. But yeah, thank you as always for watching. Apologies, I've got a bit out of the habit of doing weekly, and then I end up just doing a longer video for you every sort of 2 weeks. Maybe you prefer that, I don't know. Let me know, answers in the box below. Hopefully you are having a good few weeks. If you had a bank holiday off in the UK, hopefully enjoyed that. I'm still downloading the Seerdar cow. I'm still printing out the pattern pieces. I'm not necessarily not doing it, but I might wait. As I said, I've got the kit. I'm getting the last bit of the pattern came out today, so I need to print that out. Yeah, too many projects, not enough time, as always. And on that note, I'll stop waffling and I'll let you all have a wonderful evening. And yeah, have a good rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.